This is Winning Cures Everything. Here's your host, Gary Seegers.
That's right. This is Winning Cures Everything. I am your host, Gary Seegers. You can follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. You can follow the show at Winning Cures or on Facebook, facebook.com/Winning Cures Everything. Or make it easy on yourself. Just go over to winningcureseverything.com. It's got everything you need over there. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave nice reviews. Comment in. We've got the comment box open, so jump into the show whenever you want to. If you would so kindly, please share the show out. If you are enjoying what we're doing, I would appreciate that. Of course, the show is brought to you by mybookie.ag. Use promo code WCE50. They will give you a 50% deposit bonus. It don't get much better than that, right? $500 you put in, they're going to give you $250 for free. You put in $1,000, they're going to give you $500. If you only want to play small, you want to put in $100, they're going to give you $50 for free to play with. So go check it out for yourself. It's the best online sportsbook layout. It's easy for recreational gamblers, guys that just want to put 10, 20, $100 on a game, something like that. Mybookie.ag, promo code WCE50. It is Monday, April the 29th. Let's give you a rundown of what we're going to talk about today. The NBA refs are missing calls against the Warriors, so they are helping Golden State out quite a bit, and that's strange considering they are already a super team. The NFL draft has broken a ton of records over the weekend. Will Wade got brought back up in the FBI trial again. We're going to discuss what that means, and I've got you some daily picks for this evening. I've got a ton of games tonight, a ton of them. Hopefully you're going to like them. John jumping in on Facebook, hitting it on YouTube, bro. Absolutely, absolutely. We love YouTube. We love all that. Let's change this seat. Get myself situated again. Let's jump into the first topic. Houston Rockets have pointed out that the Warriors are getting the benefits of missed calls over and over and over. Sam Amick from The Athletic went through, he's got a source with the Rockets. The Rockets claim that there were 8 missed foul calls on three-point shots. That's 24 possible points that the Rockets did not get in a 4-point loss to the Warriors in Game 1 of their semifinal series. The Rockets have been doing research on the Warriors games and the officiating in those games for years, and they especially pointed out last year's Western Conference Finals. The numbers on this are staggering. Per NBA official documents, which detail correct and missed calls, the Rockets had a double-digit potential point difference in 6 of the 7 games. That is insane. And the one that they had a positive one was actually just a few points. I think it was 2 or 3 points. So it was 93 total points, or potential points, that the Rockets could have had in last year's Western Conference Finals that they were not able to take advantage of because the referees missed that many calls against the Warriors. This, everybody knows that James Harden loves to flop. That's part of his strategy, is to draw fouls, right? And it's really frustrating for other guys to watch, right? For me to watch, for other players, etc., because he will flop, he will throw himself, he will make it incredibly dramatic, and everybody knows that he's just trying to get to the foul line. He takes more free throws than anybody in the NBA. He does it every year. That is part of what makes him so successful as a player. He's a great free throw shooter, and he also gets to the line a ton. He understands how to get foul calls. Referees tend to swallow the whistle a little more in playoff games. They've done it forever. That strategy does not work as well when you get into the playoffs. Everybody knows this. His actions throughout the season, in each of the last however many seasons, is actually hurting him in this regard. And yes, it sucks to have the NBA come out and tell you, yeah, we missed a bunch of calls, or as D'Antoni and Harden both attested to, the referees told them at halftime that they had missed 4 3-point foul shots. Like, that's absurd. That's a lot of missed calls. But if you did not flop to get calls that weren't real, then you wouldn't be running into this problem. I don't feel bad for the Rockets for having missed calls. The Warriors, I'm not going to say they've earned the right, but you know that the NBA is going to be trying to get them in the NBA championship. They need ratings. They need Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. They need that bunch. James Harden is not going to draw a bunch of eyeballs. Chris Paul not going to draw a bunch of eyeballs. Yes, they can be fun to watch, but if you want the most mass appeal for the NBA championship, Rockets, I hate to say it, you're going to have to beat the referees too. That's the only way to get to the promised land for what you're looking for. Daryl Morey, he knows what he was doing to build a successful franchise, but James Harden's strategy of drawing fouls, sometimes where you don't even need them, that's coming back to hurt him here. And I think it's going to continue to do that. It would not surprise me to see this game go, or this series go 7 games. But it's gotten way, way more interesting than it already was, just based on the referee talk right off the bat after the first game. Next topic up, the 2019 NFL Draft sets viewership and attendance records in Nashville. Look, Nashville blew it out of the water. And I'm in Memphis, so of course I'm not supposed to be a big Nashville fan, but Nashville's a cool city. And they have absolutely the perfect setup for something like this. They had Tim McGraw come out and do something. They had Dierks Bentley come out and do a concert. It was just a lot going on right there on Broadway. They had all the stuff going on at the over at the Titan Stadium with the NFL Experience, as they call it. It looked really good on television. NFL Network, ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN Deportes all had coverage from Thursday through Saturday of the NFL Draft. These numbers are staggering. 47.5 million viewers and over 600,000 attendees. It was about 200,000 people out per day. That is insane. And it lets me know right off the bat, Nashville is getting a Super Bowl. They're going to have to get a new stadium first, but you know they're going to do that. There's more people moving into Nashville every single day. It is a perfect middle spot in the South. At that and Atlanta are two in the same thing. It's just right dead in the center. It's a melting pot of SEC fans and football fans from all across the country. And they're all moving to Nashville. And Nashville will build a new dome stadium. They will build and they will get a Super Bowl. And it will be unlike anything you've ever seen. If you've ever seen the Predators stuff when they're getting towards the Stanley Cup, that was insane. I mean, fans love winning teams there. They will go crazy for something like that. Next topic, third topic, final topic before we do our picks. And as always, share the show out if you're enjoying it. Thank you for jumping in and watching it. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, sometime after 3 p.m., 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Will Wade, LSU head basketball coach, brought up again at the FBI's college hoops corruption trial in New York. CBS Sports' Matt Norlander was tweeting from outside of the courtroom. He was actually in the courtroom. But he was tweeting at the trial, and he was talking about former Arizona Wildcats assistant coach Book Richardson, his wiretapped conversations with Christian Dawkins, who is one of the guys that's on trial. This is kind of unbelievable stuff. Undercover video revealed on Monday showed Book Richardson talking about LSU coach Will Wade approaching him with an informal inquiry about luring Book away from Arizona to coach with him at LSU. That's not the surprising part. Book on video claims Will Wade told him about Naz Reid. Look, there's a deal in place. I got $300,000 for him. $300,000. Book then says, I said, listen, give me half that and I'll make sure he goes there. $300,000 for a guy that was ranked number 18 in the country? Richardson also says on the video about Mississippi State, if I'm recruiting against Mississippi State, all bets are off. Richardson on recruiting in the SEC. In that league, I'll give you this guy to sign 20, 30, 40 grand. sued shortly thereafter, said, and that's allowed. Richardson said, oh, no, of course not. Muniz sued, also testified Monday that Book Richardson gave $15,000 that was wanted for the recruitment of Javon Quinterly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He was saying this to an undercover FBI agent, and they thought that they were talking to somebody that wanted to invest in what they were doing with Dawkins. So, look, LSU AD, Scott Woodward, is going to have to fire Will Wade at some point. Yes, he has been reinstated. I get that. But the more that this stuff piles on, this is the first time there's actually been a dollar figure on a player. Naz Reid was not even who they were worried about before. They were worried about Javonte Smart, who was a top 50 player from Baton Rouge. And they never they just said they had a deal. They never said how much money it was. But this one, there's an actual dollar figure and whatnot. The NCAA is going to want to talk to Will Wade. I don't know what you do here. Naz Reid has already declared for the NBA draft. He doesn't have to talk to the NCAA. So they may be able to get away with this. But at some point, Woodward is going to have to cut ties and bring in one of his guys. Like, he's just going to have to do it. Now, we'll see if LSU has the kind of money that Texas A&M did to get the guy that they want. But, man, this is messy stuff. I'm curious, why was Book Richardson worried about Mississippi State? Is Under Armour really putting in that much money to get Mississippi State good at basketball again? Or maybe it's Adidas. One or the other, whichever one Ben Howland is actually tied into. Whatever the shoe company, are they really putting in that much money to Mississippi State? Like, this isn't Kentucky. This isn't Kansas. This isn't UCLA. This isn't a big-time power basketball program. Why are people that are recruiting against them worried about it? That doesn't make sense to me. Also, if Naz Reid is getting $300,000, again, he was the number 18 player in the country at 247 Sports in 2018. If he's getting $300,000, how much are top 10 guys getting? How much is Kentucky and Duke and Kansas and whoever else paying? Because these numbers are astronomical. And yes, we've thought it forever about, certain football players, but with basketball, that is insane numbers for guys that don't bring a ton of value to your athletics program, right? Winning is fun. People pay a whole lot to be able to win. Look at John Calipari. Kentucky's basketball program brings in, $30-something million a year. They're paying him $9 million a year. But, Alabama's football program brings in $150 million, and they're paying Nick Saban like $11 million. Like, the numbers are skewed a different way here. $300,000 for a kid to come to LSU to play for 1 year seems like a lot, especially if he's not like the number one guy in the class. It makes you kind of look around and say, okay, how much is James Wiseman getting to go to Memphis? How much is Colin Sexton actually getting to go to Alabama? I mean, these were top 5 guys. And you like to think that everything's clean, but if Naz Reid's getting $300,000, everybody else got to be getting quite a bit, right? Right. We talked about Brian Bowen getting $100,000, and he was a borderline top 30 kid, maybe top 40 to go to Louisville. These numbers are way, way, way out of whack, and I don't understand how the finances work, but it's not up to me. I ain't got the money to spend on it. Let's talk about the daily picks today. You can always go and get the picks over at winningcureseverything.com. Go up to the navigation bar and click on Gambling Picks. It'll be right there. You can either click to view the full spreadsheet or the picks will be just right there for you. I've got 10 different bets I'm doing today. I'm not going to bother telling you the prices that I'm wagering on it. Anything like that, I'm just going to tell you what it is. You can go look it up if you want to put your money on these. I got a Raptors-Nuggets moneyline parlay. I've got the Raptors -2 for the first quarter over the 76ers. I got the Raptors -1.5 in the third quarter. I've got the Nuggets -1.5 in the first quarter against the Blazers. St. Louis Blues moneyline at the Dallas Stars. Atlanta Braves -1 against the Padres. And if you're getting -1.5 or money line, just do money line or go find you a money line calculator. One or the other. A's plus half a run in the first 5 against the Red Sox. Fade the Red Sox all year. You're going to make a lot of money. Giants, Dodgers, no score in the first inning. Twins money line against the Astros. And Cardinals, Nationals, under 4.5 runs for the first 5 innings. Last week, we won $324 overall, plus almost 13 units. Not too shabby. So go find the picks over at winningcureseverything.com. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us today. We will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice review, and make sure to comment and tweet at us.